What's up, guys? FKA Closer. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about the one thing that you can do this week that will ultimately change your sales career. Now, it's not revolutionary by any means, but it is so undervalued in our industry amongst high ticket coaches, consultants, closers that I feel it needs to be spoken to. And what is that? To me, the number one thing that you need to do this week, if you haven't already been doing it, is congruence, alignment, being congruent with what you do and what you say on a sales call, actually living the advice that you're providing people. You know, when you go to present your solution and you're pitching your price, ask yourself, when is the last time you have personally invested that level of money into your own personal development, into your own professional development, right? If you're selling something for 5,800, 12,000, 25K, ask yourself, have I done this? Have I personally invested that much money or more into my own development, both personal and professional? And if you haven't, my argument would be you're out of alignment. You're not being congruent with what you're asking from the other person on the other side of that conversation. And subconsciously, I believe that that makes it a little bit more difficult. There's a little bit more friction to when you ask for the sale because you yourself know deep down that you've never done that. And so how can you ask someone else to do something that you yourself have never done? You need to walk through those flames on your own first to see how it feels. So if you have never been on a high ticket sales call, if you've never had your credit card out on the table, ready to pay someone at the end of a sales call, I believe that you're out of alignment and out of congruence, and you're making your job 10 times harder than it actually needs to be. So the solution to that is go find a mentor. Go find an area of your life, either personal or professional, that you believe needs work, you need help with, because again, sales is leadership and it starts and ends with you. So if you want to lead people on a call, you yourself have to be led by yourself. You need to take ownership and responsibility out over the outcomes of your life, right? But identify an area of your life, personal or professional, that you need help with. Find a solution. Go have a look around, find a mentor or a coach, and then jump on a call and suspend the salesperson. What I mean by that is don't try and get super analytical on the call and try to break down what the salesperson's doing and how they're asking questions. I know that's hard because you are a salesperson, right? But just go through the process and suspend that side of you and really lean into answering and thinking about the questions that they're proposing and really feeling the emotions necessary. And then if it aligns, let them make the sale. Say yes. Pay in full, right? If you want people to pay you in full and not go the payment plan route, you yourself have to do that. And now I speak from experience. When I was early on in my sales career in the high ticket coaching and consulting space, I jumped on a call with one of Sam Ovens' team, Rhett Coots, great guy. If you've never heard of him, do some research. He was like Sam Ovens' right-hand man back in the day. But I was already in Consulting Accelerator and I was getting great results. I loved it. I wanted to go into up level. And I knew that it would be a high ticket price point. I wasn't sure exactly what it was going to be, but I was prepared. And I'd already gotten great results with Sam before. I knew that I wanted to be in up level. And so I went into that call fully prepared to say yes. And I enjoyed the experience. Rhett had a great conversation with me. And at the end, I already had the credit card on the table next to me. I knew I was going to purchase. But I paid in full. I think it was like 5,800, around 6K USD, which at the time for me was a lot of money. But I was happy to pay it because I knew it was an investment in my entrepreneurial journey to level up. And again, me just doing that, it made the next 12 months unreal. Like paying in full normalized it for me. Me and Rhett, we literally had like a 30-minute conversation from start to finish. And it was really cool what he was doing as well. Now that I reflect on that, I felt like I had to justify myself to him. I was kind of worried, thinking that, oh, this guy may not accept me. So there was a lot of sort of deeper psychological strategies at play. However, it felt natural. It wasn't forced. He was amazing at what he was doing. But again, another video for another day. But my point is, I happily paid the money, paid in full, got great results from that program. Everyone knows Sam Ovens and his reputation. He's an amazing entrepreneur, and I never regretted that buying decision. And it was a great experience from the moment I purchased to the onboarding to the actual program. And another example, in 2021-ish, I paid another mentor, very, very well known in the online sales space. I had worked with this person as a sales rep alongside them in their company. And so we were kind of colleagues and peers, but he is still amazing at what he does. And I was on an offer that I'd been on for about a year, just over a year, and I was doing quite well. I was about a 45% close rate. Cash collected was a little low, and I wanted to absolutely crush it. I wanted to get to a 50, 60% close rate consistently. I wanted, a high level of cash collected up front. And so again, I reached out to him. I had the card ready, and it was more than $6,000, right? It was closer to 15K Australian, 15 or 20K, something thereabouts. Happily paid it. And then from there, the following year and a half, 2 years was an absolutely, glorious face-melting run in my sales career, right? Like I absolutely crushed it. And I believe it was because of, obviously the strategies and the work that I had been doing with all of my mentors, but it comes back down to this key point of being congruent, being in alignment, me paying for things happily, paying in full, making sure that I was ready to make a buying decision. I wasn't wasting people's time on a call. When I'm on a call with someone as a potential client, I'm there to buy, right? I'm not going to jump on a call and waste your time. And so this builds that kind of positive expectation from your potential buyers as well when you're on a call, because you've normalized paying in full, you've normalized being a decision maker and being decisive. And by doing that and you walking through those flames, you can then take that leadership role and that positive expectation into your calls, and you'd be amazed at what happens, what changes. Your close rate will increase. The level of cash collected will increase. And so if you haven't done this, I really, really encourage all of you to seek out an area of your life, either personal or professional, like I said before, find a mentor, invest in your development, and pay in full if you can. Just make a decision, right? Because that's going to help you in your sales career more than any word track, reframe, or script ever will. Because you're normalizing subconsciously the things that you want to see in your potential buyers. You're projecting those positive behaviors because you yourself are actually living it. You're doing it rather than being out of alignment and out of congruence. Now, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully, you've enjoyed this video. It's been valuable for you. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. And as always, until next time, happy selling.